Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm so excited because my good friend Susan Kennard is here back with us again. It's been a while, I guess since December or something like that. But I'm so glad Susan's back with us. And we're going to be talking about self-love, yourselves, and living your mission. So it'll be an interesting topic. And I know, so all of this is something that is so relevant. You know, self-love, I've been talking about self-love for a long time now, and it seems like more and more lately, talking about living your mission. But I haven't included yourselves. So we're going to see what this new twist is. So I'm excited about that. So for those of you who don't know Susan, she's been on our show a few times already so far, yay. And she's known as a spiritual scientist, originally trained in psychology and psychotherapy for over 20 years. And in the last 10 years, she's added many energy healing modalities to her practice. And Susan has an extensive toolbox, which has allowed her to create her own unique way of working. And Susan has been a therapist for 20 years, and in that time has specialized in helping people to clear their trauma. And so today, Susan's going to be talking to us about self-love, yourselves, and living your mission. And we're going to be experiencing some live readings, some scanning of the energy field, light field at the cellular level, some healings and activations. We're going to be having or doing a divinely guided meditation. And we're going to be talking about how this is the time to bring more light into yourselves more than ever before. And that, I think, will also help us to live our mission with even more ease. So Susan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again. It's great to be here.
Oh, it's awesome. And I know that you've been going through a lot of changes recently, moving, shifting houses, as it's called in Britain, shifting houses, I think. So lots of change, right? Lots of change.
Yeah, I now live in a house right by the sea. So it's really beautiful. You walk out of my front door, and if it's a stormy day, you hear the sea, and if it's not, you smell it.
Beautiful.
It's really beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I love that. I love the sea, as everybody knows. And it's so, it's so, for me, it's very nourishing, right? It's nourishing, and it brings me so much joy. You know, even when it's storming, there's such a power to it, right?
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And being in an area like that, or in a space like that you really love and enjoy, that brings more light into yourselves too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, it's really about when you feel that self-love and you're loving where you are. Obviously, the universe is that reflection. We'll talk about that, definitely. But the reflection that you have in your outside world, I always go on about. But basically, it's, you know, when you look at your outside world, how do you feel about that? And that's your reflection of your mirror of your self-love. So, yeah, very interesting. And it is interesting about houses. We weren't going to talk about this today, but where you're living represents really where you are in your journey. So if you love where you're living, oh my goodness, you wake up in the morning and you're just like, I'm so grateful for where I live, you know, what I'm doing, you know, so grateful for it all. As if you live in a house where you want to move and you want to get out, then the vibration of that is, I'm stuck, I want to get out. I had to love every room in my house, my previous house, and I had to love everything in my house before I was able to move. Yeah.
Interesting. That's cool. Yeah. And so, you know, and that's the thing, it's about wherever you are, whether we're talking about spaces or just your life in general, are you happy where you are, right? Does where you are in your life, you know, time period, time, space, you know, all that wonderful stuff, but like, are you happy? Are you doing what you love to do? You know, is it bringing you joy? And a lot of times it's not, right? And that's when you, like you said, you feel stuck. You feel like, what's going on? What's wrong with me? Yeah. Usually we go to, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do it right? Right? Why am I not getting it? Right? And a lot of that affects yourselves, doesn't it?
Well, it's basically about, you know, if you're always thinking, I'm not happy, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I'm doing that, then that's not self-love, is it?
No.
But what it is, which is a really good thing, without judgment, is literally, I'm looking at what I don't want. So there I am in a place now, empowerment, I can tweak that. So I can change what that is that I'm looking at that I don't want. And I can look at myself and say, right, what is it in me that feels frustration, feels lack of love, feels stuckness, feels whatever. And so, yeah, That's essentially what it is, isn't it?
Absolutely. So what can we do with that? How can we bring more light into ourselves, and how can we start to be, because before you can actually make a change, you have to accept where you're at. You have to love where you're at before any shift can really happen, right? Because you can't escape from where you are, because wherever you go, there you are, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you're back home every time. Back home. And what the guides really talk about, I think, mostly is that feeling that we're not separated from source. So that we're never on our own. I was speaking to a client today about it, that we're never on our own, that we may feel on our own, and that there have been many times, and this is why I specialize in trauma, as you know, helping people release trauma. So when we've had traumatic experiences, which pretty much everyone has, we've had this sense of disconnect to source. We've never been disconnected to source, but we feel that disconnect, which means we feel, oh, we're on our own, which means we don't trust, which means we can't, I can't love myself, I'm not worthy, and all this stuff comes up. And of course, it's not about today. It's about today, and all those times that you've lived today. And that could be this life, previous lives, ancestral, tribal, epigenetics, if we're looking at science and we're looking at the brain and what we've brought in with us as a brain vibration and a perception. And, all of those things are a sum of the parts of today. Eckhart Tolle, the power of now. So we're in the now of now. And if we don't like the now, then we change it so the now's different tomorrow. Like the now that we're in now is a different now. and I know it sounds quite convoluted, but really this now is the best place to be, because this is the place where you can change things, you can create a change in your reality, you can tweak things, you can change your DNA, you can change your light field. It's incredible. It's like the best time to live, don't you think?
Absolutely. And there's so much going on. And I find it seems to be a lot easier and easier now to make those changes than it was in the past, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right?
But then that's all the work you've done on yourself, in the sense of, all the acknowledgements, all the clearings, all the I am this incredible being of light, and I'm here to bring more light to the world, etc., etc., etc. And once you start to realize that every day of your life, even just on a small scale, then you start to realize, oh my God, there's so much more than this, that this is really just a playground.
Right.
Yeah. And it doesn't always feel like a playground.
It doesn't always feel like a playground to me.
No. But the guys, I remember years and years ago when I was teaching mediumship in a literal physical circle. And I remember that they said to me, when people pass over, it's a second, a lifetime is a second. And you view it in your akashics, and you see it, and it's a second of your experience as a soul. So we put so much emphasis, don't we, on, I should be here, I'm not there, I've got to clear that. I'm like, and when we pass over, we'll all be laughing together and going, what were we thinking? All it was this. It was just a bit of fun, really. So yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, not making things so significant, right? Because we tend to make things really, really significant, when in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. It's just a blip, right? But in the moment, when you're experiencing that blip, it can feel scary.
Yeah, exactly. But that's only the separation. So when we heal that separation to source, or our perception of separation, because obviously we're never separated. So when we can heal that part of us, I was doing some work today with a lady, and it was healing that child part of her, where that child part of her had felt shock, separation from source, entity had stepped in, all this stuff, and it stopped her being the best part of who she is, her best self. So when we healed that part of her, the weight came off her shoulders, physically felt completely lighter, and she felt this sense that she was more connected. And that's because that part of that trauma, or interruption in light, the guides call it, was healed. So it was integrated back in. no longer outside of herself. So I suppose, you know, from a psychotherapy perspective, we would say that part was outside and now it's integrated. But from an energy perspective and a soul perspective, it was never gone. It was just vibrationally out of alignment. So then when we accept with compassion, as you were saying, you know, once we love ourselves, so with that compassion, we actually can bring that part of us healed back in. That to me is an incredibly important thing.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, when we're talking about self-love, when we're talking about ourselves, you know, it's important for us to bring that self-love, that energy of compassion, that light deep into ourselves, which is what I do in all of my calls, deep into ourselves, because because a lot of that trauma and a lot of the wounding stays in the cells until you can clear it out, right?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
And the memory remains there. And so sometimes we wonder, why is nothing working? Why is nothing working? Well, at the cellular level, you're still there.
Exactly. And that's why, you know, not to negate counseling, I was a psychologist for years and a psychotherapist. So I used to do that. But and I didn't even know I had the team, you know, working with me then, you know, but what we do is trawl out all of the things that were wrong, rather than saying, okay, so what is it I want to tweak in my life? What relationship do I want to tweak? How much more love do I want here? Rather than saying there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
You know, like we've all had things happen in our childhood which have created perceptions of belief, but it doesn't mean that we were wrong. And what I tend to say to people, especially with serious abuse cases, I'll say all those things that happened have created the person that you are. And that's amazing, that person that you are. So all we need to do is clear up those perceptions of belief that you're not an amazing person. Yeah. And it's just really the guides, like, you know, liken it to just putting some more light in your field and clearing away the dusty bits.
Right.
You know, so we can see it. Yeah. Rather than that awful thing happened to me, it's actually, okay, so where have I got that bit of dust? You know, where can I brush that off? And so, yes, I think coming away from that heavy feeling of, I use the word trauma because that's my specialism, but really, what is trauma? It's only a bit of your light field that's just a bit dull and not sparkly. Yeah.
Right.
From a human experience or another experience that has led us. So, yeah, absolutely. It is about saying, you know, what part of me, what part in my cells is not light. You know, many years ago, I trained as a naturopath, years and years ago. And one of the things that this lady, Barbara Wren, was way ahead of her time. It was way ahead of her time. And she used to say, the more light that comes into your cells, the more hydrated you are at the time this was, the more light comes in and the more connected you are to source. And she was way ahead. You know, this was years ago, before people would talk about source and they would talk about light publicly anyway, and especially in England anyway. You know, it was very much, you know, that we just kind of really didn't talk about that. So she said that, and I've always held that. I've always thought, yes, it is about bringing more light in. So how you do that, of course, is by looking after yourself physically, 100%. But when I spoke to the guides about that recently, about diet, because I eat keto, I don't eat carbohydrates or anything like that. And so when I spoke to them, they said, yes, this is a key to balance your hormones, but what goes with it is all the crystalline light field. So what comes with it is that bringing that crystalline light field to the fore and stepping into your light body. So, you know, really stepping into your light body and owning that being of light. And that, in fact, one of my on the package, there's that process, isn't there? Stepping into your light body. So basically, it is for me, it's to help people release that sort of emotional and vibrational set point which stops them from being the best version. So whether that's with success, whether that's with their body, the physical messages that the body is giving them, or whether, and we'll do some of that on the call, or whether it is to do with their emotions, you know, which are all connected, of course. So, you know, everything is connected.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just realized one thing I didn't mention at the beginning of the call is if you have a question, you can raise your hand, or you can type it in the chat, or when we do get to the point of asking questions, you can just unmute yourself and ask a question. So at the beginning, I was like quite busy with trying to fix my mic. It's not working. So we already have some questions for sure. We have one from Caroline. We have one from B. B has her hand raised, and I'm sure there's
somebody in the Zoom group chat called Eagle Song Woman.
Yeah, that's Caroline. Yeah.
Oh, Caroline. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you, Caroline. Yeah, that's it.
And then Steve has his hand raised as well. So do you want to take some questions and just see what?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's
awesome.
Fine.
So Caroline's asking, will my mortgage be paid off before I retire in about, oh, she's on the phone now. Oh, awesome. So do you want to unmute yourself, Caroline? Or do you want me to? Are you at the 416 number? 5688? That's probably you. Hello? Caroline, is that you?
Hello.
Nope, wrong person.
No,
yes?
It's not. It's not Caroline.
Okay, so sorry.
It's Derek here.
Okay.
It's okay.
Hi, Derek.
Okay. Yes, how are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, did you have a question? Because the universe kind of spirit lines up. If
basically, it doesn't. There's no accident. I didn't have a question because it's the first I'm hearing about you, so I don't know if you do if you see things or what you know. So I'm just kind of connected to the call because I'd be interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, later on, if you do have a question, just raise your hand or unmute yourself, okay?
Is that *6? To raise a hand, is it *6?
I don't know. Okay. On the phone, I don't know.
All right. All right. Well,
we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, so wherever you are, Caroline.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are. I hear you.
Hi, beautiful.
Hello.
Hi.
I love your ceiling, Caroline. It looks great. Or is that Linda? Oh, it's Caroline. Love her ceiling. Hello.
Hi. So my question is, what was my question? Yes. I'm going to ask it like this and see what happens. Will my mortgage be paid off before I retire? I retire in about a year or so from now.
Caroline, you're asking a 3D question. It's okay, it's all right. So you won't get the answer that you want probably, so I'm just going to ask the guides what you know what they're like. Yep. So just bear with me a second. Okay, yeah. So the first thing that's saying to me is that think about multiple streams of income. So they're telling me that you have thought about multiple streams of income. And the word that comes to me is passive income. And what we'd like to say to you is that income is never passive. And they'd like you to sort of reinvent the way that your income comes in. And they're very much helping you with that, actually. I feel that they're being creative and you're being creative with it. They're not telling me about your mortgage because your mortgage is a vibration of energy, okay, which you are attributing to money and lack, okay? So when you're looking at a mortgage, okay, thank you. Yeah, they're saying be grateful, have gratitude of the mortgage that you were able to purchase the beautiful home that you live in or the flat or wherever you are. And so the gratitude goes to that service. And then to work with what blocks do I have, thank you, to being, okay, yeah, that's it, right, okay, we're going to do some work on that. I am indebted to another, okay? So how does it feel when I say, I am indebted to another? How does that feel to you? You know how to do muscle testing, yeah?
It doesn't really work for me, muscle testing.
had it for you. Hold on.
I'm not feeling anything in my body attaching to that. I am indebted to another.
You'd be surprised. So basically, indebted to another in this world, maybe not, but indebted to another from time before time. Yeah?
Okay.
So I just feel, my ear's going funny as well. So I feel that what they would really like to do with you, hang with me 6 seconds, let me see if it's a contract. 1 sec. Yeah. So what I'm getting is that you have a contract for the collective.
We're definitely on point now, because now I started feeling the energy.
Yeah. There's a contract that's held for the collective. You're holding a contract for the collective, which I can see it in the Akashics now, which is to hold the vibration of being indebted to another. Okay, it's a great question about your mortgage. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to clear that contract together in just a moment, in like 1 minute. And then I'm going to have a look at the Akashics and see how that plays out. So, yeah, thank you. So what they want to do before you clear this is to say to you, and it's a rhetorical question, but you can answer it if you want to. Where do you feel that you notice people that kind of sacrifice themselves for others, or they feel that they have to give something when they don't have to give something, you know, or they don't value themselves? Do you notice this a lot, Caroline?
Mostly with my husband. He's very much an enabler, and that's exactly
okay.
Right now.
Yeah, but I am also talking quite broadly here. So when we hold a contract, it's not really just about our partner or our spouse. It's about being able to see in another that vibration. But of course, you no longer need it because you can recognize it in another. This is what they're telling me. See, it's time for you to heal it. But it wasn't time to heal it before. But now it's coming up for you, and it's ready for you to heal. All right? So are you ready to do that?
Yeah.
So I see that contract held here. So when I look at the Akashics, I kind of look like a video screen, and I see a line coming down where you're holding that contract, okay? So I want you to say these words for me. Hang on, bear with me a sec. I'm just going to watch it. Hold on. Okay. Today I choose.
Today I choose.
To rescind this contract.
To rescind this contract.
That I've held from time before time.
That I've held from time before time.
For the collective.
For the collective.
To hold the vibration.
To hold the vibration.
Of being indebted to another.
Of being indebted to another.
I choose to rescind this now.
I choose to rescind this now.
So that I can be free.
So that I can be free.
And so can they.
And so can they.
I do this from a place of pure unconditional love.
I do this from a pure place of unconditional love.
Okay, take a deep breath, and I just want to clear the lifetimes that were affected by this. So just bear with me. Create all this. It's mind that you pull clear, cancel, and delete. For Caroline, for highest and best good news is possible way across all timelines, all dimensions, all lifetimes, form, non-time, every time that she may have been affected by this contract within her cells, within her vibration, within her set points. Send it up to unconditional love to be transmuted. To stun, to stun, to stun. Thank you, show me. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. So now I see like a defrag in your Akashic records. Okay, good. So now just check in with how you feel about your mortgage.
What mortgage?
Yeah. So when we, the guides will never give you, you're going to pay your mortgage off in 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks, because that's so disempowering for you. Yeah. But what is empowering for you is to get to the root cause of why you are experiencing the emotion of what's coming up for you in your external world. Okay? And money is always, though, you know, money's the one, isn't it? Money is the one that tweaks our buttons and says, oh, that makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. That makes me feel worried. That makes me feel out of my alignment with who I am as a true light being. Okay? So that contract, it pinged off. So that contract is no longer there.
Thank you.
Blessings.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Go
Caroline.
back on the other screen.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks. All right. That was cool. So we're going to go to V. V, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. You've got your hand raised, so I'm going to unmute you. Hello. Whoop.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I appreciate you taking my call.
Yeah,
I have so many things to ask, but I think the main one that's coming up, I've had a lot of trauma in this lifetime and made a lot of mistakes, big ones, that I've been working on. But it feels like a thing that keeps coming up and seems like very much the root of it feels like it's from a past life. And it's a sense of a temple in Atlantis to the goddess where I went off with my husband in this lifetime, and the temple was destroyed and all of my women friends in there died, and I can't forgive myself.
And this played out as a trigger in your childhood. And what they're telling me is that in your childhood you felt responsible for everybody, and that it was your job to heal everybody else. And you still feel like that, and you still feel that it's your job to essentially, what they're saying is heal the world. But obviously that's no one's job. Our job is to heal ourselves and nobody else. And so the trigger in this lifetime was the experience you came in with, and it was played out in your childhood. And then of course now you're remembering, and this may not be the causal point, you know, the causal point might not be Atlantis, it could be something else, but it just resonates with you so strongly. Yeah about loss. All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So my
natural mother died when I was just going to say in this lifetime my natural mother died when I was 7 months old.
Yeah. So basically this feeling of I'm coming into the world and I'm connected, and I remember I'm connected to source, and then all of a sudden I experienced this incredible loss. Yeah. And this incredible loss just essentially pulls the rug from under my feet, and I feel that I'm not connected to source anymore. Yeah. So feeling unsafe in the world. So what I want to just say to you before we do some clearing, I actually feel Mother Mary's coming in here to do some singing and light language. But essentially, what I want to say to you is I was listening to your words as you came on, and there are no mistakes. We don't make mistakes. We make choices. And what I want you to say, and if it's the only thing you take away from this, is to say that everything leading up to today has just been a choice that's made from the perception of belief that you were in at that time. Okay? And so whether that was in Atlantis or whether it's in this lifetime, in this 3D reality of where we are, it was a perception of belief making that choice. So it's not about right or wrong. And I really want you to hear that. It's not about you making the wrong choices, all right? Okay. Yeah. There are no mistakes. Yeah. So I really feel Mother Mary wants to come in and help you here. Okay, so when she comes in, she steps in, and I'll sing, and the tone, and I just want you just to close your eyes, and this is for everybody, just to close your eyes and feel, because what she does is she comes in and she heals the inner child. Okay, so just bear with me a second. Okay, how do you feel when you think about that Atlantis aspect?
It feels better. Feels better. As you were doing that, I was feeling though like a stuckness in the top of my throat. It's still there. But just thinking about it, it just feels sort of neutral at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be amazing if you like to do some work, some bespoke work or journey work in the groups, because I think it would really help you. And I feel, just bear with me a second, because I do feel that there is a reason why you are seeing the Atlantis lifetime. And I feel it's because, if you can see in your mind the healing chambers, the crystal healing chambers, what they're showing me here is because you really do have that ability to channel that healing. And so the healing, they're telling me, comes from your own peace within, and then you're able to be that peace for others. So having that peace within first, and then being that channel of light for others. Does that make sense to you?
Well, I know that for years I've been trying to get the peace within, and I knew that was core. I'm not sure how I can help after I'm peaceful within, but yes.
Well, if we're thinking about mission and we're thinking about cells, mission doesn't have to be what I do or what Alara does. Mission doesn't have to be that. Mission can be anything. Yeah. And it's what you have chosen in this lifetime to experience and chosen to bring into the world to help others. It's always about the collective. It's always about another group, another person. And so it doesn't mean it's a sacrifice to ourselves, but it is at the holding the space for others to heal. But we have to be there first. We have to have found that within ourselves first. So you may not know at this point in time what your exact road and mission is, but by healing yourself, by finding that peace, healing that child part of you, that baby part of you, you're able to listen more clearly to what it is. It could be that you end up working with people that have lost children, and I'm just going to say that to you because that's what I'm feeling. So it could be that you end up working with people that have lost a child.
Oh,
yeah,
that really resonates, because lifetime I let go a child that I wanted to adopt, and it tore me apart.
Yeah. And so, and what I will say to you as well is, we've had so many lifetimes. We've had so many times on different planets that we don't need to really hold on to any particular one. Okay. And a lot of clients come to me and they say, well, I was told this, and this is the lifetime that's affecting me. And yes, it probably is the lifetime that's affecting you, but there were many others with that vibration. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So whatever is showing up in your world, look at it as, what emotion do I feel? And what you were saying without saying it was about loss.
Yes.
And so what you experienced as a baby was the loss of, and what the guides are saying, the loss of what could have been, but the loss of another directly.
Yes.
Your mother, yeah.
Yes.
And quite interesting, I'm not an astrologer, but I feel guided to say that at the moment there's something going on with, to do with Chiron and healing the mother wound. Does anyone know? Maybe Alara knows. But I think I was an astrologer in a previous, because I love astrology. And I think there's something going on about Cancerian and to do with the mother and healing the mother wound. So it is interesting that this has come up for you today. And I hope that helped, you know, somewhat to you walking forward, because I do feel that we never experience anything for no reason. You know, the fact that you chose to come in and experience that, to not have a mother.
Yeah.
How amazing would that be for you when you're ready to work with people that have lost a child, and not being able to be that mother. So it's just a thought, and it may be something that will come up for you. Now we've put it out there to the universe, and Mother Mary obviously works very closely with you, because she will step in if she has a resonance with the person I'm working with, to heal that inner child, that baby.
Wow.
How do you feel now?
I keep being amazed by the Mother Mary, because you're the second healer in like a week who has brought in Mother Mary for me, and I've never worked with her before.
No mistake.
And yes, and it's my birthday on Sunday, so the whole mother thing.
Wow, amazing. So look at where you are in your astrology with that, because that'd be really interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Much love. Lovely to connect with you.
Thank you, V. Oh, awesome. Good. So I know that the wounded healer, Chiron, was doing a return around this time, either this year or last year. I can't remember which year it was, but it could be around the same time still.
Okay.
It's been a powerful time for people to bring up their wounds, you know, to be healed.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that was awesome. All right, so Steve, I'm going to unmute you. Steve.
And I'm just feeling, Alara, I'm just feeling about this lady I've just worked with, that the group calls, I know we'll talk about it later, but I feel like the group calls would be really good for her, because they look at different aspects, which, you know, we can talk about later, but it'd be good for her to do that. Yeah,
so V, you might want to take a look at package B on the special offer page. Just take a look at that quickly while you're on the call. All right, so Steve, I'm going to unmute you. One sec. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, there you are.
Hi, Laura. Again.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Susan.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. So, I have an acting career which always threatens to happen, and I know that I've turned into a very fine actor. And there was a time 6 months ago when Laura said, "Are you sure you really want to do this?" I was going through a period where I worked with horrible people in horrible circumstances, and my glass ceiling, which is still there, seemed untenable. But recently, especially last week, I had the greatest experience starring in a short film written by a Seinfeld writer. And I have, I left all my acting coaches, except, I mean, there are a couple I can call if I have an audition, people I trust and love and who trust and love me. But there seems to be a break in my old life. Not in my relationship, which is very nice right now, but I still want to be an actor. I want to do great things. I want to work with wonderful people, and I want to break my glass ceiling, because you need to do that to make bucks. But so
do you want me to?
That's it, I guess.
Yeah. I hear you. So the first thing that comes to me is, and it's just a quirky thing, but the first thing that comes to me is to write yourself a check, and to write yourself a check from the universe. And Steve, have you gone? No, you're still there. Write yourself a check from the universe, okay? And put it at an amount that you know, like, you just have no idea how it would look to have that in your life, yeah? and just put that out there. That's the first thing. And the other thing that I'm getting for you is I want you to check. I don't know if you, I want to clear this with you, because I'm really excited for you, because I feel, have you ever seen The Great Glass Elevator? Have you ever seen that, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? And then the next one is The Great Glass Elevator. Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, okay. So I'm getting this visual where the elevator smashes through the glass ceiling. And so what the guides are showing me is that you're just like ready to go. But I've got this vow here, and it's just boring, and we just need to get rid of it. So just check for me. Do you do kinesiology? Do you know how to muscle test?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I'm a muscle test addict. Yes.
Ah, fabulous, fabulous. Right, so just check for me your yes and no. Get a good yes and no. And then, and everybody do this, you know, everybody who wants to do this is fine. So just check. I took a vow of poverty. Just check.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that, but I want you to check it for yourself to be empowered to know it's gone. And then just check, I took an oath of poverty.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, so we're going to clear those two. And what I want to say to you is when we clear this, what happens is you go to the next vibrational level. Okay, I'm just getting some water. So when we have vows and oaths, so on one of the group calls, the 4 group calls, we'll be working with money a lot, and our perception of money, and clearing loads of different things around money and around debt and all sorts, yeah. But this will take you to the next vibrational level. So wherever you are now in vibration to do with money, it will take you to the next one. But that doesn't mean you can't go to the next one and the next one and the next one. Okay. Yes. All right. So that just blasts you through. Okay. So, all right. Okay. And I've got here, is it Steve? It's Steve, isn't it? Your name?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Create all that is excluded that you pull, clear, cancel, and delete when all level someone's holding the history level. For Steve, for his highest and best good in the easiest possible way across all timelines, all dimensions, all times at all, that he ever took vows, oaths of poverty. Ooh. From galaxies, from lifetimes, from any time at all, across all dimensions, form, non-form, send up to unconditional love for his highest and best good. Removing it from every single cell of his body so that his cells vibrate at abundance, worth, love, what else? Okay, peace, freedom. 'Tis done, 'tis done, 'tis done. Thank you, show me. Oh, it's really interesting lifetime that's come up. So I see you as, you know, you were talking about worthiness. Yeah?
Yes.
You were talking about worthiness. So yeah, and attracting, you know, not very vibrationally nice people, who are a brilliant mirror, by the way, because there's this life here where you were a religious icon, like a priest, and I see you marrying people into the church, but I see you feeling that it's kind of not you because you're not able to help so many people. You want to help more people, but because the church was very it was very rich on lots of levels financially, okay, it was very rich at that time, but you were not able to give to everybody you wanted to give to, so that left you feeling right. That you were not, you know, you were committed to God in this lifetime, in that lifetime, but the resonance, thank you, the resonance of that lifetime of having wealth but not able to share it has left you with that vibration. So would it be okay if we clear that lifetime?
Absolutely, please do that.
You can feel it, can't you? Yeah, it's right. It's right in your heart. So we're just going to clear that lifetime. So hold on. Keeping all of the learnings of understanding that you're connected to God, you're connected to Source, created the universe, without the feeling of guilt, without the feeling of shame, and without the feeling of having to, it's funny, toe the line. So I feel that, you know, in your life, you've kind of felt you've had to toe the line. And what they're saying to me is that you no longer have to do that, that you are this individual person with your individual journey to bring joy to others, whether it's on the stage or through your voice or whatever you do. So we're just going to clear that. Take a deep breath. So I'll just watch it change. Hold on. Yeah, so I see you taking off your head thing and taking off and just leaving the church, but leaving with gratitude and with gratitude of the experience, but no longer tied to the church, so no longer tied to those vows and oaths. Okay? Okay, yeah, good. Okay, so I get like a green tick and a thumbs up when that's done. My guides are so funny. Okay, so just check for me. I took a vow of poverty. Should be clear.
Yeah, I get a no now. Yes.
And I took an oath of poverty.
No, I didn't. No.
And check, I'm free to be me.
I'm free to be me. Oh, not yet.
Not yet? Wow. Okay, all right. Everybody do this. This is going to be really helpful for everybody. Right, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to do an activation for everybody. Okay, I just do as I'm told.
Do I still have a resistance to visibility on a large scale?
Yeah, but you know, we're a work in progress.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, we're a work in progress, and Rome is beautiful and it wasn't built in a day. But as we release these vibrational beliefs and these set points, we start to shine brighter. Okay? And if you're an actor, and you're probably a very good actor, you're hiding yourself. Yeah?
Well, I think
so if you're hiding,
I think the art of acting is revealing yourself in as many simple ways as possible. You know?
It is, but it's also hiding you. Okay. So you can be an actor, but be with integrity with being an actor as yourself. And I think it's about stepping into you and feeling comfortable and happy with you so that you can be that on the stage or in your film.
That's exactly how I feel. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So they just want to do an activation, but before they do the activation, the feeling I'm getting with you, Steve, if you're open to this, I feel that some one-to-one work would be really helpful if you feel drawn to work with me, or if you feel drawn to work in the groups, you choose. But I feel that would be really helpful for you. Okay, so here comes the activation. Okay, so they're telling me that this is about group consciousness and the sense of shining your light. Okay, so here we go. So everybody can just feel this, and I can see it coming in here. So just watch this area, just above the nose, in the bridge of the nose. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so there was a light code that went in there. Steve, a light code went straight in here to your third eye. And actually it looked a bit like this. So I'm just going to draw it in the air. So it was a bit like that and like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So how do you feel?
Great.
Yeah?
Actually, yes.
How do you feel about your glass ceiling?
Where is it?
And how do you feel about writing that check when you come off the call?
Terrific.
Yeah.
Yes. So I pay it to myself and I sign a universe then. God,
creator, universe. Yeah.
Great. My checkbook is right next to me. How handy.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. I just think, you know, but without doing the work, you know, we could write 1 million checks.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have to be in alignment with, so a lot of work that I do with people is aligning with the millionaire vibration, you know? So what we do is, I don't know if you've heard of a guy called T. Harv Eker, but essentially he wrote a book called The Millionaire Mind. And what he says is, if you, and he doesn't do a lot of work like this on himself, but he basically said, if you want to be a millionaire, then you will probably be okay. And if you want to be okay, you'll probably be just above broke. So what we do is we aim for high, and then we watch to see what needs to be cleared. Now, when I talk about a millionaire vibration, I'm talking about abundance on every level. Okay, so I'm talking about health, I'm talking about emotions, I'm talking about your environment, how joyful you are in the day. All right. Yes. So it's not just about cash. All right. So no, millionaire vibration is something that comes from our heart. Yeah,
absolutely. I want to wake up every day with a song in my heart, running off to shoot a movie I love doing, and then giving back to the universe. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's also, you know, for everybody as well. And it's also about saying that the more I am in joy of my mission, the more freedom I have, therefore the more I can give to others. And that's also a millionaire or billionaire, trillionaire vibration, isn't it? Because the more freedom you have, the more time you have. So the more time you can give. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bless you. Nice to meet you.
Bless you. Lovely.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Laura, as usual.
Oh,
awesome. I will mute you. There we go. All right, awesome. That was awesome. And I know a lot of people have those types of questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of questions coming in still on the chat as well as people with their hands raised. Let's take a question from Chad Michael, and in the chat. Chad Michael says, I have an issue believing in me and accepting my power within and feeling worthy, having no value. I understand that I must let go of the past stories and allowing light in. How can I accomplish this?
Yeah, I mean, I can see, just give me the first name again.
Chad.
Chad. Okay, Chad. Can they hear me, or is this just you don't know? Okay. So what I'm getting, the first thing I'm feeling is here in my higher heart. So as I look in, I can see that there's a beautiful light here, but behind that light, they're showing me is you know, almost like a crater, and that crater stops that person feeling that they can shine this light out. And here is the thymus thyroid here, the higher heart and the endocrine, and that's our center of power. So my feeling as I'm connecting with it is that, yes, it's powerlessness, but I feel it affects this area here, and just see if that makes sense to that person, because I'm really feeling drawn here. It's quite heavy.
Mm-hmm. So Chad is on the call somewhere, but
fantastic.
Yeah, so he is watching, so he's here with us.
He's watching. Okay. Does he want to? He doesn't want to come on.
Chad, do you want to unmute yourself, or I can unmute you if you want? Let me unmute you. Oh, there you go. Hello.
Hi, Chad. Hi, thanks for your question. Thank you.
Thank you very
I
much.
didn't push you to come on. So it's just lovely to work like this, you know. So I was really feeling this, and what they're saying to me is mothers, 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 mothers. Okay. So I'm feeling like this disempowerment, this helplessness, these feelings of I have to, once again, sacrifice myself for others is not actually yours. All right. So it's not actually yours. You've brought it in with you. You know, scientifically, we'd say epigenetically, energetically, soul wise, you've brought it in to heal it. All right. In this lifetime. So if you're open to doing that, let's see if we can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So mothers, mothers, mothers. Okay. So do you do, can you tell whether something's running in your field? Do you know how to do this?
No, I've never done this before.
Okay, so let's get a truth. Say something that you could say, I have long blonde hair, which you might have, you know, but I don't think you have today. So we check, I have long blonde hair, and just check it where your yes and no is.
No.
Because you're a no like that, okay? So now I'm wearing glasses, check.
I'm wearing glasses.
And do you get a good yes? Yeah, okay, good, excellent. So we've got a good yes and no. So just check in your field. I hold unworthiness, thank you. I hold the vibration of unworthiness from my ancestors.
Of unworthiness from my ancestors. Yes.
Do you get a yes? Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Coughing. Already coughing. It's really tight in your chest. I can really feel it. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. Create all this. Furians are stepping in here as well. An awful levels of soul mystery level. So we're sending that down all the timelines, all the lifetimes, ancestral, tribal, any time at all that your ancestors will have felt the unworthiness, the feeling of helplessness, the feeling of sacrifice I'm hearing as well, sacrificing another physically, emotionally, spiritually, sacrificing themselves for another on their journey. Okay, and what I'm hearing here as a guide to step in is very much this is about you acknowledging that there was that kind of feeling, that sacrifice, but that you no longer have to do that, that you're breaking the mold, they're telling me. So as they're clearing this, I'm watching it happen. You're breaking the mold, yeah? So you're here to break the mold, they're telling me. So it was almost like you brought it in, and it's time now. It's not just that though, it's the collective as well. So you brought it in to heal for the collective as well. This vibration, this unworthiness. You're not alone with that one. Many people have. So you're part of that tribe to do that. Okay. So hold on. How is your relationship with your mother?
Well, typically we are at each other's throats. We constantly yell at each other. It's just kind of changed, I believe, because I just bought for her for Mother's Day a book called The Friend by, his last name is Matthews, Matthehews, if anyone would like to know of it. And anyway, I got it off Amazon, and I typically don't read and do things for myself. So like I've downloaded a bunch of books. I tend to start them and push them aside, start things, push it aside. So anyway, but I recently spoke to her as she had received that book, and she actually had thanked me. And typically she's a book reader, but of
just as you're talking, they're just working on here. So just
only of fiction, nothing that has to do with helping herself, nothing for healing purposes, and everything that I tend to speak about or want to speak about, I'm typically shushed, and it's not appropriate to speak about in the family or in any other dynamic. And so I've been affected by that because I tend to not want to talk.
Yeah.
Or be myself, or be able to. And so I just typically want to just be in a room by myself with nobody around. And I would really like to be able to help heal, be able to work on. I just learned Reiki 1 and 2, and I haven't been practicing it. So I know there's various friends and family members who could utilize some healing, and I just don't sit with myself enough to do that. I guess it's a lack of game. that I have, and fear and unworthiness.
So well done for coming on the call and you know, actually stepping forward to receive some healing for you.
Thank
to
you
heal yourself. We haven't finished yet, but just well done for that. So, you know, there is actually your guidance is so strong that it's led you to Alara, you know, and it's led you to come and receive. And receiving is the first point, isn't it, Alara? I mean, Alara's muted, but the first point is receiving and saying, I'm worthy of receiving. You know, and probably I was guided to get you on the call rather than just do it without speaking to you, because you needed to experience pure unconditional love. Yeah. That is just for you. It's for everyone else on the call as well, but just for you in this moment. All right. Okay. So just check for me. I can't remember what we were doing then. What was it? Because once it's gone, it's gone. So it was to do with I brought unworthiness in. Is that right?
Yes, and sacrifice.
My ancestors, my mother's mother. Yeah. So just check. I hold the vibration. That's it. Thank you. I hold the vibration of unworthiness from my ancestors.
Okay. I hold the vibration of unworthiness.
Oh, good. Excellent. So, yeah, I could see it cleared. But the actuarians just want to do a little bit of work with you. So just bear with me. So I've got a feeling in my back and my shoulders as I connect with you. And I feel like you're holding lifetime, quite a few stories of the martyr, no judgment, by the way, but they're just showing me it. And the actuarians come in and they show me tablets of stories. Okay, so they're sort of like on tablets, you know, in front of me, and I don't read them, but they show me how many tablets there are. So just bear with me, receive this light language, and we're just going to clear up some stories for you. Okay, so it's soul language. Okay, they're very jolly, the Actuarians. Okay, Ishkala, 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 Titi, Toto, Ishkala, Ish, Ishkala, 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 Titi, Toto, do. Ishkala, Ish, Ishkala, Ishkala, Ishkala. Okay, just let me check. Okay, so the council is here as well. When they step in, the Actuarian Council, it's because you're a teacher. Okay. So I always get this really strong being that comes in when I'm working with a teacher, and he comes in and is sending this healing over to you to let you know that, of course, you're an incredible being of light, everyone is, but you're a teacher. And so don't hide away, okay? Because what you're meant to do is help people heal by teaching.
Do they say what? Teaching and what? Healing? Teaching and healing, or teaching?
It's really about the empowerment thing. It's about, I kind of almost see you as a coach, like helping people feel empowered. And they're telling me that the stepping stone for you was the Reiki. Actually, it was quite powerful, wasn't it? It was quite a powerful attunement that you would have received. Yeah, they're telling me it was quite powerful. So that was your stepping stone. And now your stepping stone is to perhaps work on a deeper level to align with your mission. So that was a stepping stone. That was brilliant. Drink lots of water. I feel like I really want you to drink lots of water. But I'm feeling that the teacher within you is going to come to the fore. You're going to notice that. You're going to notice as you start speaking from your heart, as you start realizing that you don't have to carry the burdens of anyone else. But yeah, I mean, join the groups, come and work with me privately, whatever you want to do. but I'd love to work with you.
Awesome.
I
would love to. Thank you.
Bless you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Chad.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad that you were able to come on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alara, too.
You're welcome. That was awesome. All right. So where are we? Okay, so let's take a moment and talk about the special offer, because you've talked about it a little teeny bit here and there. So for those of you who are on the live page, you can just click on special offer. Those of you who are not, you can go to alara.at/show/Susan5.
And then can I do a meditation with everybody, a process, because I think they are really wanting to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely do that. I'm just going to bring up the.
Sure, I've got it in front of me
as well, just so that people can see it who are, Are
you sharing screen?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
1 second. Here we go. All right. So.
I'm so glad you're doing that, because I thought, I hope she shares it and not I have to.
Yes.
The technical bit, huh?
Yes, exactly. No, all good. So there's 3 packages, package A, B, and C. And so package A includes some MP3s and MP4s, so audios and videos of some activations, meditations, and more, plus a PDF as well. Do you want to talk about those first?
Yeah, sure. These are the favorite ones. So basically, in package A, there's an activation, which is a diamond light activation, which is really about lighting up your brain relays. So it's allowing more love in, it's basically manifesting, it's a cellular field, which is what we've been talking about all this show. So that's an activation which is amazing. I love that. The mirror process was the one where we were talking about stepping into your light body. So when you're ready to step into your light body, and this is really powerful. I had a experience, I was speaking at a conference, and I did this process with the audience about a year ago. And this one lady said to me, she cried and she said, "I'm so glad you did that." She said, "because I saw myself as an old lady." And I said, "Oh my goodness, really? So you didn't see yourself as an angel or a light being or anything?" She goes, "No, but I was told that I wasn't going to survive 6 months ago." And so she was shown that she was going to survive and that she was going to be an old lady. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
So spirit will show you whatever you need to see in that mirror, and stepping forward. But many people, I would imagine, on the call here will be ready to step into their light body.
Oh, absolutely.
And receive whatever they're meant to do. I love that one. I love that one. So color energy clearing is where, what we were doing, where we can feel where that stuck energy is. So this is a simple process where you can do it yourself, and you can actually access it with color and know what that color means. So there's a PDF which tells you what all the emotions are of all of those colors. So whatever color you feel. So for example, when we have yellow, it's usually to do with childhood. If there's orange, it's usually about disempowerment. And then when it comes in, it's empowerment. So it's the opposite. And purple for me is always about healing the grief and then stepping forward into your mission. So there is many, and the blue is about communication. So when you feel this and you connect with it, you can find what emotion it was that's held there and then heal it, clear it. So I love that one. The next one down is star healing meditation. Oh, I love this. So this is where you go on a healing journey to your star, your original star, where you came from. So almost like a star seed, and then you heal the cells within your body. So I love that one. That's amazing. The archway, similar in a way, but essentially what you're doing is you're taking on this journey where you go through an archway and you're actually healing yourself as you go through it. And a couple of people have said to me that they not only felt that they kind of left a jacket behind, like an old cellular level, but they actually saw themselves as more of like a goddess or an emperor. Yeah. So they actually got the sense of who they really are within. Yeah.
That's
which
powerful.
Was really beautiful. Wouldn't it be amazing if we all had an archway and we could just step through it and just go, Oh, actually, it's all done. Brilliant. But then we wouldn't be here, would we? So messages in the body, the interruptions in light. Yeah, this is quite a long one, and it's great because what it's doing is really accessing what these interruptions are. And the guides come in and show you exactly where they are. So it's a guided visualization and about their ancestors, you know, similar to we were doing earlier, about accessing where the knowledge of the lifetimes are, what's ours and what isn't ours, fully aligning us to our mission. I love that one too.
Awesome. So that was package A. And then package B includes all of that plus 4 group calls.
Yeah, that's right. No, 2, well, it should be 2 group calls and then package, oh, I don't know, I can't read it now. Is it 4? Anyway, yeah, so it's the group calls. So basically we'll go through the group calls. So all the oh, that's it, package B has an extra as well. If people buy it tonight, or by the end of whenever your call goes, then they get an extra. So if you buy package B with the group calls, you get 11 light language healing activations. So for all the parts of your body. So as you can see there, you can see the lungs, the muscles, the kidneys, the pancreas, the fat, adipose tissue. You know, there's always a message in that as well. Digestive system, liver, gallbladder. And what the guys did was they actually channeled spiritually what the organ held, and then did the light language to clear it. And there's an auric field cleanse, and there's 2 other meditations with that as well, but they are the ones that are describing what it is about. So there's a couple on there. So do you want me to go through the group calls?
Sure.
Yeah. So the group calls are all about self-love. Okay. So the first one is you and your I am presence. So that's really about being in your power as a man or woman and really clearing the blocks to acceptance of self, you know, stepping into your divine being self. So really owning who you are. So that's, I'm going to love doing that one. The second one is your body. So loving your body, really listening to your body. If you have weight issues, we'll be working with that as well. Body image, loving the body process, I do. Teach you the body scan as well. And so we're healing at deep cellular level. And what the guys really want to do in this one as well is transform the DNA. So we're really looking at our crystalline field and transforming the DNA. But to be honest, they'll be bespoke. So they'll be to whoever is on the call will be exactly what they need as well.
Awesome.
So the money, just a great one. So self-love and money, because money's on the same vibration as love. So what stops you manifesting money? Clearing vows, more vows and oaths. Manifesting the millionaire vibration, which I spoke about. Pineal gland activation. So that's like the light center in here. And healing the vibration of your bank account, debt, and people not paying you. So that's a really good, and probably more as well. But I love doing that work. I love doing success work. And then your mission. So self-love and your mission. So are you married to God? Vows to the church? Can you hear your guides? Can you really hear your guides? Can you see them? What is blocking you from being really connected to your guidance, and how that stops you from aligning? So that's a really great one as well. It's good fun. Okay.
And then we talked about the bonus. So that's package B. And then there's package C, so which includes everything in package A, everything in package B, plus a 30-minute bespoke session with you.
Yeah. Awesome. That's right. So it can be anything. So I've written here. So essentially, my guides and your guides have a little party. So they connect together. They tell me exactly what you need. You obviously will have your intention for what you want with the session, and we'll clear whatever comes up. So we might be looking at akashics, we might be looking at essentially chords, we might be looking at relationships, we might be looking at your mission, whatever, or your health, or whatever your body is showing you. So it's really yours to use for whatever you want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that also includes that bonus as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's package A, B, and C. Please do take a look at them and see which one resonates with you. Hold on, where am I? All right. So again, those packages are available at alara.at/show/Susan5. I'm just going to type it in the chat here. Just Susan5. Okay. So yes. Awesome. Good. Okay. Perfect. So did you want to do the meditation now?
Yeah, I think they want to take you through.
Okay.
So is everybody just asset connected? Brilliant. Okay. So we're just going to, before we go into the meditation, just want to clear any energies that any waywards, any watchers, anything around us that stops us from being a pure channel of light. So okay, we're just going to clear that. Okay. Everyone to take a deep breath. Good. Brilliant. Okay, good. So we're just going to breathe into the heart. And obviously, if you're listening to the replay and you're driving, you wouldn't close your eyes and you wouldn't be doing this meditation. So just take responsibility for yourself, your own well-being. And I want you just to breathe into your heart center and just expand that light in your heart. So imagine that there's a little light in your heart and you're expanding, breathing. Each breath that you take, you expand that light out. So you start to see your body lighting up, every single one of your cells lighting up, allowing you to remember who you truly are. Good, brilliant. And just watch as your body lights up and feel every single one of your cells smiling. So if you could see a smile on every single one of your cells, how would they feel? They would feel amazing. They would feel happy to be here. They would be excited about the next part of the mission, the journey, the next opportunity. So imagine, and even if your body is showing you messages at the moment, showing you aches and pains, just imagine that every single one of your cells is lit up, that you've lit them up, that they are now vibrating at a higher level. Okay, good. And then from the bottom of your feet, I want you to imagine a beautiful golden cord going down into the ground, deep into the layers of the earth, where you find your earth star. And I want you to imagine a beautiful star in the center of the earth. Beautiful star. This is your very own earth star. And I want you to connect that golden cord to your earth star and know that you are connected to Gaia. You are safe and secure in this beautiful earth that you've chosen to be in this time. You've chosen to come here to spread more of your beautiful light and your energy and help people to remember who they truly are. Okay, good. And then I want you to imagine that from the crown of your head, you have another golden cord. And this golden cord shoots up into the universe, as far as you can see, and into the multiverse through the layers. And then you find your soul star, which is a beautiful 6-pointed golden star. Beautiful star that holds all of the knowledge of all of your lifetimes. Connect your golden cord to that star and imagine that you're downloading all of the times that you remembered that you were pure unconditional love, that you were a sovereign being, that you can be, have, do anything you want in this lifetime. And just give that a colour. I'm actually seeing sort of a pink and golden sparkling light. But whatever you see is perfect for you. Just bring that colour down into that golden cord, through the crown of your head. Good. Remember to breathe. And into your heart centre. Feeling all that unconditional love throughout your cells, throughout your bodies, throughout your vibration. And now we're going to invite in your highest guides who work with you now. Ask them to step into your energy field. And they've got a very special message for you. It's just for you. So I just want you to take half a moment and listen. And even if you don't hear anything, feel their love come within you. Blend their energy with your energy, knowing that you're never on your own, that the angels surround you, that your guides surround you, that you chose to come here knowing that you're doing it with guidance, that you're not on your own doing your journey, that you have your whole team with you. And just know that you're always guided to the right place and the right time, that it's perfect, even in its imperfection, and that you are perfect, even in your imperfection. So the next time that you feel judgment of yourself, remember that you are an incredible being of light, here to shine your light. And remember who you are. Be that expression so that others have the permission to be their expression. And knowing that your guides are with you at all times. And any loved ones that want to come in are just a thought away. When you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
Wow, that was awesome. Wow. How's everyone doing? I'm slowly coming back.
I'm coming back.
That was lovely. That was so nice. I was like, oh my goodness, I loved it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's like not all back yet, but getting there.
I know sometimes I never know what they're going to do really, but they took that journey, and I love that because I think it is about remembering who we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we come in, don't we, to forget, and then as we go through our life, we remember. And while people come back, my experience of remembering was many years ago when a good friend of mine who was a boyfriend, not at the time but earlier, took his life. Mm-hmm. And it was that sort of put me on my spiritual journey. So it's always something that comes to us in our life to help us step forward. So when people were saying I make the wrong choices, or I've made really bad choices, or really awful things have happened to me, well, actually those things actually were there to help you step more fully, heal the grief, and step more fully onto your spiritual mission. So I really believe that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, me too. I mean, I've had quite a few different ones because I was a bit stubborn. Didn't quite want to follow the path that was set out before me. But it's true. I was talking about this earlier with some of my clients, and saying that sometimes our guides push us to get on the path when we're not quite listening,
Yes.
to the subtle messages. Then they push us. And a lot of times the drama and the trauma that we experience, it's just to get us to connect back to who we truly are and why am I really here, right? So yeah, absolutely. So Sadia said that was so
many more people. Oh,
yeah, And
Oh, lovely.
that was beautiful.
Sally.
Thank you. Yeah, because it was so powerful, and that's why it took me a little while too to come back.
Yeah, takes me as well. They just take me somewhere else.
Yeah.
All the meditations are like that. So, you know, all of the ones, you know, and I have to say that, yeah, I might have trained in psychology and psychotherapy, but to be honest, all the processes and everything that I've been given along the way have all been guided, you know, to be created so that people can heal themselves. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Wow. Yeah. Beautiful trip. Exactly, Renetta. She said it was a beautiful trip. It was. And I received a really powerful message from my guides and from my team. And it was like so loving and so empowering and just absolutely beautiful. So please do hold on to the message that you got, you know, and just be in gratitude that you are always connected, you are always supported, and you're never alone, right? So call on your guides even more. So even like Betsy says, thank you, pure love and light and healing energy prayers. Melissa says, I did not want to come back. I know, me neither. I didn't want to come back either, Melissa.
So the one in the package, the one that's the star healing, I think it's the star healing one, they take you through, hang on, yeah, the star healing one and the messages in the body one as well is about remembering who you are. But the star healing one is where you actually get taken to another star and you're actually looking at yourself and healing those parts of you. And many people say to me, they're like, oh, I didn't know where I was. You know, like when I came back, I was like, oh, I thought I was still there. Yeah, it opens up a doorway, I think, for you to remember those lifetimes that you had.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful. So I was going to ask you, does your team have any message generally for the group?
For this group, hold on. For your community. Yeah, so as they step in, they say to me, within this group, you have many teachers, and as there are many teachers in this group, they need to step forward and offer their teachings to others. And perhaps it might be a good idea to set the intention that each one of them, each part of their day, they feel the resonance of us coming in, and we are giving them the words so that they can teach another. So not from a perspective of ego, but from a perspective of heart. And so what they want for the group is to remember that they are teachers. Many of them here are teachers, and they're here to teach through their words and through the love of their words.
Beautiful, thank you.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Linda's saying hello. Linda, did you have a question? Do you want to unmute yourself, Linda? Hold on one second.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you,
Hi,
Susan.
Linda.
That was absolutely fantastic. I can't even tell you how great that was. Like Alara, I had a very hard time coming back from that. My question is, I am supposed to go for this training, and I've done a lot of training over the years for very many energy things, but I'm supposed to go for this training, and my husband's been doing some things in the house that's been rather upsetting for me. And I don't know if it's safe for me to leave for this training, or is he going to make a total mess and I'm not going to be safe coming home to a mess. I don't want to come home to a mess.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so what they're saying to me is that for you, Linda, this is about your responsibility. So feeling that you're responsible for others and feeling that everything will fall apart if you're not there. And that's not just in your home. That is just in your life.
Yeah.
Like, so if I don't do it, it won't get done. These are the words I'm hearing. So if I don't do it, it won't get done. And if I'm not there, then everything will fall apart. And it's interesting, it's mother stuff again. So I'm feeling like I had to hold everything together for my mother. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So yes. So essentially it's kind of feeling like actually you don't have to do that. The world is not going to fall apart if you do something for you. Yeah. Are you doing some sort of, like, I don't know, pressure point training, is it? I feel I want to do.
No, I have a Wellness Pro. It's kind of like a Rife machine.
Oh, okay. So why am I'm doing this?
Yeah. Okay, that is from a training that I learned, and I can't use it because I wasn't certified in it. And it's for PTSD specifically. I have kind of a lot of, ask them, am I pretty good at my modalities? I don't know.
I'm not going to answer that question.
I mean, I love what I do. I love what I do because I really feel that it's not me. I always think the guides come through me.
So what I will say about qualifications, which might help other people as well, is that yes, in this 3D world, yes, we do need the tick box. We absolutely need insurance. We need all of those things, okay? But what we're all doing is remembering the gifts that we were meant to bring in, okay? So every single training that you get drawn to, it is because you already have that knowledge and you're just remembering it.
Okay.
You know, Salvador Dali comes to me where he painted, a helicopter in his painting. Well, there were no helicopters when he painted.
Oh, right. I know.
Right? So he created from something that he remembered that actually was meant to be here.
Okay.
So that they're giving me that as an analogy for you. That whatever you have trained in or you feel guided to be trained in is because you already have it within you. Okay? So I would like, with a disclaimer here, but I would like to say to you that if you have a skill that can help somebody heal themselves, then it would be a shame not to use it.
It's my problem is that so many families and friends know about it, so I don't get reimbursed for it. I don't get,
Because you don't charge them? You don't charge for your time?
No.
I don't understand what you mean. Oh, I reimbursed. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant for your course. So I'm a little confused about what your question is.
Oh, no, my question was about my husband, but you already answered that.
Okay,
and
good.
So, that's, and you said that hopefully he won't make a mess when I leave. So that
what I said was that it's not your responsibility to hold it all together for everybody. And it's also, the world will not fall apart if you're not there. And it's all right for you to take something for you that resonates for you, that makes you a better person. I always say to my children, I have 2 children who are just 10 this weekend, and 11 and a half, going on 16. And whenever I want to do anything, I always say, this is so that mummy can be the best mummy for you. So when I look after me, when I do what I love the most, which is teaching, doing the work I do, I'm a better mummy. So you're a better wife, partner, channel for spirit when you do something that resonates for you and helps you.
Okay.
All right. And the self-sacrifice is the vibration running. Yeah. So come and join us. Come and join us on the groups, or come and do some work, because I feel like it's about you just standing in your power. And you know what? Everything has a label. Every training has a label. But I don't call it anything. I'm just who I am. And so all of those things that I've done to remember who I am, I've brought to now my work, but I don't call it anything. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so are you
Yeah.
kind of talking about like the PTSD where I don't have to name it, but I can still teach it?
I'm kind of saying to you that who you are is enough, but that doesn't mean that you call yourself a specialist in PTSD.
Oh, no.
Trauma. No, just to be clear. Yeah.
No.
But what it means is that you open up the doorways so that you can help people with the skills that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everyone, to be honest, has post-traumatic.
I know.
You know, I specialised in that for years with veterans, but everyone. You know, my research showed that every single veteran I worked with had childhood trauma. So everyone, every single one that I worked with.
Okay.
So it wasn't, they didn't know it at the time, but we always went back to childhood. So
okay.
You don't have to call it PTSD. You can just say you're helping people to heal themselves.
Okay. And that's what I feel I do most of the time anyway, is help people heal themselves.
Beautiful.
Because I'm not the healer. It's just,
right.
It just comes through me and stuff. Yeah.
And it's okay to give. You know what? It's okay to give your time, and it's okay to give your thoughts and your time for somebody, but not at the sacrifice of yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
That was very nice. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Linda. Good question. Thank you.
I'll mute myself.
Okay, awesome. And, you know, a lot of people have that, you know, the self-sacrifice, the martyr, not doing anything for themselves because of other people, you know, but they're limiting themselves, and they're not really being fully who they can be, right?
Exactly. And I always say that, you know, I have quite a free life, so I can spend time with my children, I can do this, I can be with you, I can see clients, I can go to Pilates, I can go for a walk on the beach, and I feel like there's a beautiful flow, and it's freedom, and I don't feel the feelings of I have to do anything, and that's a really nice place to be. But it wasn't always like that, you know, and it's not something that I feel changes overnight. I feel it's something that where we work on ourselves, we heal ourselves, we bring more self-love in, and then our life changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, would you agree?
I totally agree.
It's a journey. We're just on it the whole time, aren't we? Yeah.
So I have a question from Renetta. She is hiding somewhere, and she's just wondering if you have a message. Where is she? A message for her? I don't know if she can. There she is. Oh, yeah, I see her. She's asking if she maybe cannot speak right now because of other people that are there.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but she's asking if you have a message for her.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that I'm hearing is so I'm sort of scanning into the body, and I'm being drawn to the liver. And not that there's any problem with the liver, but I'm feeling the emotions that are held there. Excuse me. And yeah, definitely. And I can feel those emotions, and I can feel lots of frustration and lots of resentment, and no judgment by saying this. Lots of resentment. So the Palladian collective wish to come in here and wish to, come to heal the resentment. So this is for anybody. So just to hear this tone that they're coming and they're bringing in, and this heals the resentment, and they are coming in with a sort of a magenta colour, sort of a purpley, sparkly magenta colour. So we wish for you all just to hold this in your heart. Okay, so here we go. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now I'm being drawn to different organs in the body. What would be really good for this person, this lady? What's she called again? What's her first name?
Renetta.
Renetta. Is that I'm seeing the package with all the light language activations for the body. Mm-hmm. So I feel this would be really good for her because it will really clear at deep cellular level what's going on in her organs. I feel she's holding on to emotion in her organs. So as they showed me the liver, they showed me the emotions, and then across to the pancreas. So, you know, I could spend, you know, a fair amount of time doing this, but I feel that would really help her if she feels drawn to it, to go through each one. And I'm also getting the endocrine system. So I'm feeling that the endocrine system, the endocrine system needs, it's like alignment. So the chakras, we have many chakras, of course, but these main ones, they all sit with an endocrine gland. So I'm seeing them needing to be, do you get that as well, Laura? Do you sort of see that they kind of need to be in more alignment?
Mm-hmm. I just cleared a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah.
Just in alignment, just clears a little bit more. But yeah.
Tomorrow, Renetta.
Pardon?
I'm telling her maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. So exactly. So I feel that those vibrational light language downloads, activations would be really good for her. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Are you good, Renetta? Yeah. Awesome. Good. Thank you. All right.
Good.
Yes.
I can't see her. So
yeah, she's saying thank you.
Ah, oh, bless you. Yeah. Thank you. Did that make sense to you, Renetta, about the resentment and anger? I can't see her. Can't see her message. But anyway.
She's like farther in.
Oh, she's further. Okay. You can see how I can't.
In the window. Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you, Renetta. So I know that Melissa had raised her hand, and she also has a question in the chat. So I'm hoping it's the same Melissa. Melissa, do you want me to just unmute you? Or you can unmute yourself. It'd be weird if there's more than one Melissa. But hello.
I've got a Melissa here saying, Susan, can you look at my energy to see what's creating all the chaos and struggle? Even getting on the show took a lot of time.
So I think I unmuted you, right, Melissa?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
I was trying to. Okay, great. You can hear me.
I'm just making sure it's the same Melissa that wrote in the chat.
It is, because I couldn't figure out how to do anything. I guess like everything would disappear and come back, and I would end up back to the email, and I'm like, what? How did I get there?
Okay, awesome.
Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, Susan, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry. I'm really at a point where I just feel like I can't do this struggle anymore. And I know, I've been doing this my entire life. And I consciously in 1985 said, I am going to heal everything about myself because I know it's important, not just for me, but for everybody. And so, I've been every single day of my life since 1985, I have made a conscious intent to clear my field and bring in, and it's just nothing lets up. There's no flow. Everything is just struggle and chaos. Right down to I can't get dressed or undressed or shower, no appliances in my house, work, everything just, everything, it's a breakdown constantly every minute. And I'm just I just don't feel like I don't know what to say. I just can't do it anymore. And I know that my problem then goes into self, then I beat myself up because I can't do this. I feel like I can't. And then I say, well, if you can't, you can't. Why even bother saying that? So I say I can, but it's not changing. I don't know. I've been around this block so many times, and I'm just at that point. It's gotten worse. You know what I mean? I always used to feel no matter what, I can handle it. But now I'm at that place where I just don't know that I can anymore.
Okay, just put your hand on your heart. Okay, just put your hand on your heart. Okay, good. I can really feel the pain in your heart. So the first thing we are going to do is, you've got energy around you, which is entity, waywards, those that are niggling thoughts, trying to stop you from having positive ones. And so I can see this in the back of your energy. So we're just going to do that first. So I just want you to put your hands on your heart, and I'm not even going to get you to check this because I can see this clearly. Okay, all right. So just feel this. Hold on. Create all this. It's that you put clear cancel and delete whoever's resolving this. Do you have any waywards, any watchers, anything that doesn't serve, any entities, Melissa, anything that does not serve her? Ooh. Send it up to unconditional love. It is law, universal law. Distance. Okay. Okay, how does that feel on your back?
It feels better, and I want to just thank you because that's exactly what I thought was going on, but because it's been an issue for me most of my life, but it's like every time I have a tool to remove that interference,
so we're just gonna,
it doesn't last, and it comes back, and I got to try a different tool, and it's just
So Melissa, I know that some really difficult things happened to you, okay, when you were younger, and I've got about the age of 8 here. So I feel that that's where this happened, this stepped in, and we have cleared it for now, but it's like attracts like. So essentially what happens is, when we have a vibration with fear in it, then that fear attracts something of fear. Okay, right. So some deeper work would be really helpful for you, but I feel that clearing that entity, there were a few things actually around you, and I was asking where they came from initially, and that's what I got. And I got the sense that I kind of didn't want to raise my head even as a child around about that time. Like I couldn't even raise my head, and just those lots of things happened, which obviously is public, so I'm not going to talk about them specifically with you here in this public place, but there were things that happened that really did hold you back and are still holding you back. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I appreciate your integrity with that. And
so I'm just going to have a look around your field, because there is one thing that we can do, that I do when you seem to attract, when someone seems to attract those unwanted energies. Okay, and actually, Alara, I feel drawn to, I'm going to send you as an extra for everybody who buys a package, this particular statement that I use to clear. So I'll send it to you, Alara, and then you can add it to everybody. And so basically it clears entities, so it clears wayward watchers, entities, thought forms, anything that essentially is not of our choice to be there. So when we have contracts, then that's different. And we have agreements, that's different. They're held in the Akashic records. But this is when an energy steps in. You know, a wayward is someone that doesn't know that they have passed over, so they're attracted to light, and so they stay with you. We have walk-ins, of course, step in during accidents and things like that, and operations. But when we have childhood trauma, it's one of my specialisms is childhood trauma, and when we have those experiences, it's because our auric field is opened through the shock, and then energy of that vibration, could be fear, could be shock, could be whatever it might be, steps in. And that's what I really feel with you, Melissa. All right, so that's what happened. All right, so I'm just going to do a similar, it'll be a bespoke one for you. So hold on. Create all that is as commanded, that you pull, clear, cancel, and delete on all levels. It's all on the history level. Melissa, for highest and best good news as possible way across all timelines, all dimensions, all planetary times, galactic times, any time at all, that she has ever felt this vibration of shock. That entity stepped in and sent it up to unconditional love, so that she can be free and so can they. Okay, good. And we just want to on the bonus, on those 11 bonus meditations, activations, there's an auric field cleanse, and this is one of the things I feel would be really, really helpful for you as well. So they're just going to have a look at this. Hold on one sec. Okay, good. Right at the back of your neck. Can you feel something right at the back of your neck?
Yes, and in fact, right, well, I call it my dream catcher, but right at the base of my skull, for some time now, there's been like just a very irritating, like something's there, and I keep wanting, it feels like a tick, like I have a tick there, and I keep wanting to get
so bear with me a second. I'm just going to come in. So this is masculine source. Okay, so it's quite a low tone. So yeah, I'm getting it in my throat as well. So just feel it. Just feel it and receive.
Excuse me.
Just purging. That's really good. Ooh. That was feminine source stepping in there. So how does it feel for you now?
Oh, the back. I feel like I can't breathe. The back feels better, but there's this pressure, right? Not in my high heart, but just below in my.
Yeah.
Wow, there's just like a pressure.
It's like coming up.
It feels like either a pressure or like something's pulling, a tugging, pulling out, but it's compressing my diaphragm or something.
That's all right.
Sorry, I'm trying to stop this.
Don't panic. Okay. What color is it?
Kind of a muddy green look.
Okay. So green is about your heart, is about love. So I just want you to fill that space with beautiful sparkling light. So just ask your guides and angels to come in, because they can come in now, which is really good. They're telling me they can come into your field now.
All right. I have an issue right now when you said that. Like, I don't trust who I'm calling on to come in.
That's okay. That's all right.
I just feel like I can't trust anything.
I can assure you that I can see what's around you, and I know that it's pure love. So I can see the other, so I can see this. So it's an angel that's with you, actually. So just allow that angel to come in. Okay. And allow them to fill you with beautiful, sparkly, unconditional love. Okay? Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's better. Ooh. So I just for everybody really. So I find that a lot when there's been some really difficult things that have happened. Okay. And going back to Linda with the PTSD, you know, working with that, they often have entity with them as well. Yeah, through trauma. Yeah.
I just want to thank you, Susan, because I've always wanted to work with you. And
have you? Oh, bless you.
I have. I just felt like you would know, that you would be the one that could see and would know, and that I would be safe. And it was really scary. I mean, this has been so bad. I mean, I really even felt like it was those dark ones that took my son. And so this has just been a real struggle. And
Bless you.
I mean, I've been told I was supposed to be doing, big work to help people long time ago. And it's just, I never could, because there's always some chaos and trauma. Something would always happen as soon as I would step forward. And then I just kept blaming it on myself, that no matter what I've healed, it's not enough, and that I can't do my work because I don't know, I'm just not good enough to do it. But then this other part of me kept saying, no, there's interference that does not want you doing what your mission, what you came here for.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just been
so what that tells us, Melissa, is that you are a very beautiful, bright light. Mm? And so just ready to pop out in the world.
Okay, thank you.
And it's everyone here, every single person here in the collective at this moment in time, not just in this community that we're with now, but every single person is here because they chose to be here at this incredible time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it's our journey to remember that self-love and to clear all of those things that stop us from being that beautiful being of light and shining it.
So
and
it's just share,
fabulous.
Susan, I just wanted to share a few messages from some of the other people for Melissa. So Destiny is sending her prayers and blessings to you, Melissa. Sunny is saying, hold on, Melissa, you're amazing. Sending you love and blessings. Wendy is sending you lots of love and light to you. And Sadia is saying the work on Melissa has helped her a lot, and also the work with others today. So, I know you've been on our calls before, and so I'm so glad that you got a chance to work with Susan today, since you said you wanted to. I didn't know you wanted to, but it's like, this is awesome that you got a chance, right?
I know. Thank you so much, Alara. Just, it's like even your show, I have trouble getting on. There's so much struggle all the time. And then, then I would just eventually give up. I would try and eventually give up. And then today I was just like, I'm not giving up. I'm going to get on there.
Yay. That's awesome.
And that's when the guides, Melissa, that's when the guides are stronger.
And they're saying, like the people in this community are so beautiful. They're saying, Melissa, don't give up. You're not alone. Sending you lots of hugs to you, Melissa, and everyone else. I mean, they're so loving and so kind and caring. So just know that you are not alone. You don't have to go through this alone. And,
And what's something that's coming to me that the guides are saying to me is that I haven't put down on the offer, but I will create a private Facebook group, because I no problem can do that for anybody. So anybody that buys any package, can come on that private Facebook group. Mm-hmm. So I'll create that and send you the link, Alara. And then people can have that network. Well, it works brilliantly, doesn't it? We have that network, and people can look after each other as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, support each other. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you said, Alara, because I feel the love, and I'm grateful to everybody who said that. A lot of my problem is isolating out of shame, because I'm in such a situation and I'm all alone, and the only place I have to reach out really is on, on here, and I feel embarrassed and shameful because I'm in such a,
Well, this is a safe space. This is a safe space.
Absolutely.
Everyone here is very kind and supportive. They're still saying, Melissa, you're great, and you're surrounded by great love and huge hugs. So,
and we're not alone. We're not alone. It's the most important thing is it doesn't matter. Melissa, I was moving house, and this might not seem, as crucial as how you're feeling, but last year I was moving house, and I lost 2 houses before I moved into this beautiful house that I'm in now, this home. And I was like, oh, come on, guys, you know, show me. And I was like, and they were like, just wait and see, child, wait and see. And I'm like, yeah, great, wait and see. But in the meantime, I'm looking after my children, running my business, looking after everything else, and packing a house. Yeah. So, you know, everything happens in your life, but you're never on your own. All right. You're never on your own. Yeah. Never.
I really appreciate that, because I didn't feel like there were even guides or angels or anything, and I felt like my own soul left me because I didn't get it together to do the work that I was supposed to do when I came here.
No,
that's
never,
not possible.
No, it's not possible. No.
Your soul does not ever leave you, and you're never. Your guides and your team is always with you. You're always connected to Source. So all those thoughts that you have, those are not yours, Melissa.
No, they weren't. They're not hers. That's why I'm thinking, yeah, exactly the same. They were just impressions, yeah, that were not yours, but attached to your fear. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you. I just wondered, when you saw, was that connected to my? Because I had a near-death experience when I was about that age you mentioned, and I was thinking about it last night because I was wanted to write about it, because I remembered how, you know, I was laughing because I thought, well, even then when I had that near-death experience, there weren't any angels or any light. I immediately was in the woods, and all the animals came out of the woods to be with me, and I've just always felt really connected to nature and animals, but I just wondered, because I can't remember a lot of, I can't remember a lot. In fact, I don't remember my childhood really, except for
me neither.
Some of the traumas, but not, the majority, no. But I just wondered if that was, you too, Alara.
Yep, I don't remember any of my childhood at all.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? We have people, and my son, he would tell me things in his crib. When he was in his crib, he could remember everything. Yeah. I was like, wow, and what was wrong? I don't remember any. Except for those little, few of the traumas. That's about it. Anyway, thank you. Well, I'm just so grateful for everyone. Thank you. This was really huge, and I was very, I think I was very vulnerable and very transparent, but I'm happy to know that it didn't harm anyone. And thank you.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. No.
You're good. You're all good. And it was helpful and healing for everybody on the call and everyone who's going to listen later. So thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks so much for calling on me, Alara. Thank you. That's so huge.
You're welcome.
And Susan, thank you for your help, and to be able to feel like I can trust, and I can trust the light. Thank you.
Yes, trust the light for sure. Yeah,
trust
absolutely.
the light, definitely.
Thank you, Melissa. I'll go ahead and put you on mute, okay?
Yep, thanks, you guys. I love you.
You're welcome. Love you too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wow. That was amazing. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who are here on this call right now. I'm just so grateful for all of you and your support and your kindness. And I'm just so glad that I get to share this journey with all of you. So thank you for your kindness for Melissa, and sending your love and blessings and supporting her in this moment when she was being so vulnerable and transparent. That is so it's so important to know, for her to know that there's support for her, so thank you.
Yeah, it was beautiful, because that was something that was incredibly healing for everybody, to see that you may feel this, you may feel you have this with you, but actually it can go in a moment, and that somebody can release something in a moment. So that's really great.
Yeah. That was awesome, Susan. Wow.
Thank you so much for having me.
My goodness. That was, I just have a few little tears, but that's
bless you. Yeah. And I will send, so there's 2 things. So I will send that statement to you, and I will create a private Facebook group
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes, that was beautiful.
For everybody. So I hope to see everybody again. And thank you so much for being part of this group consciousness tonight for me, because it's 10 o'clock at night now, but tonight for me and wherever you're in the world. Yeah, I feel blessed. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for all of your questions, your comments, your feedback, being vulnerable, sharing, asking your questions, and being present with everyone today. And I definitely suggest that you go back and watch or listen to this call again, because the healing on this call was amazing, right? And that guided meditation was awesome, right? I just loved it. It was awesome. So please go back and do that again, and take a look at the special offers that Susan has available for you at alara.at/show/Susan5, and just see which one resonates with you. And so we're going to be adding the Facebook group as well, and the other special, what was it again? The phrase, the wording.
The clearing, the clearing. Yeah, I'll leave that. I'll be talking to you in a second anyway, but I'll email it straight over to you whilst we're still talking.
Yeah. And so just know that those are also coming and will be added to the page. And for packages B and C, you also get those 11 light language audios for clearing all the body stuff, right?
Yeah, organs and cells.
The organs and stuff. So yeah, a lot there. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, message me, and so on. Okay. So whew, thank you, everyone. So much love. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of love, prosperity, radiant health, all that wonderful stuff I always say, joy and happiness. All right. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now. Yeah, that was awesome.